Cat on a stove. We should be careful to get out of an experience only the wisdom that is in it, and stop there, lest we be like the cat that sits on a hot stove lid. She will never sit down on a hot stove lid again, and that is well, but also she will never sit down on a cold one anymore. Mark Twain, Following the Equator. Cats may have 9 lives, but I have only one. Cats like me, be they known or strange, especially the ones with mange. They love to leap into my lap and settle for a nice long nap. And when at last they leave my chair, they're generous indeed with hair. Cats like me, those at least with paws, equipped with extra pointed claws. They never miss a single chance to frolic with my Sunday pants, and do their best to make my serge look just like tweeds or on the verge. Cats like me, that is very clear, and probably they think it's queer that when they've shown themselves so fond, I don't respond. Richard Armour, Knights with Armour. Courting cats. Cats are clean. Their personal cleanliness is directly related with their hunger. The better fed the cat, the cleaner he is. This is logical, since cats habitually wash after they have eaten. The more often a cat eats, the more often he will wash. If the cat has not eaten, as is the case with numerous homeless strays, it has no reason to wash. About the only other time a cat that is normally clean will neglect his grooming is when he is sick or when he is courting. Actually, it is not the business of courtship that prevents the cat from washing, but his complete indifference to food during this period. Not having eaten, the cat won't wash. It is probably during their courtship that cats do most to antagonize non-cat owners, and some cat owners too. There is nothing more cacophonous and persistent than the love-making sounds of cats. If just the meows and howls of the male and female were heard, it wouldn't be too bad. Rarely, however, is just one male involved. One female? Yes, but she will attract every male cat in the neighborhood. We live in a rural area. In a 1-mile radius, there are about 6 other farms. We see no cats but ours all year long. But in midwinter, our females feel the call of the wild, and so do half a dozen males who come to court them. We have no idea where they live or how they know, but they know, and they let us know. After mating, the females revert to their aloof, man-hating selves, and will have nothing further to do with the toms. The males will linger about hopefully for a week or so, but after being clawed by their erstwhile lovers, they take the hint and depart to conquer other hearts. Walter Chandoha's Book of Kittens and Cats. Teaching cats tricks. Our family cat could understand 40 different words and phrases. She could sit up, roll over, speak, come, go, fetch, and she kept learning things all her life. When she was 16, she learned how to catch little pieces of cake in midair. One day, we figured out how she was able to explore a totally unfamiliar area and always find her way back. She moved in gradually expanding concentric circles. First, a very small circle that encompassed only our immediate locale, then another that took in a little more until she enlarged the known territory to include everything she wished to investigate within practical hiking distance. We thought her a remarkable cat, and I still think she was, but not as unusual as we thought then. We have since taken in many cats, often adults that have never known a home before, and as a matter of interest, experimented to see how long it takes a cat, any cat, to learn to shake hands and sit up. The average, we found, to learn and remember it forever, or as far into forever as we have been able to follow, is 9 minutes. This ability to learn quickly and respond to human commands is not widely recognized in cats, and one sometimes wonders if they have masked this from an instinctive knowledge that, as Franklin Roosevelt said, to some much is given, of others much is expected, and they would rather have their rendezvous with destiny in another format than a string of tricks, endlessly and boringly repeated. Yet it is not the tricks that are significant, it is the basis they set up for communication. Once a cat has learned that you are speaking to it directly and expect a certain result, shake, sit up, it is possible to go on to even more meaningful and useful aspects of a cat-human dialogue, such as no, here, wait, and so on. Laura Riley.